On today's episode of To Catch an Idiot, we have former United States Attorney, former appointee of Barack Obama, Joyce Eileen, who sits here and talks about how this invocation and this federalizing of 2,000 guardsmen to California to help quell the violence, the protests, and all the really disgusting stuff we've seen over the last 3 days is a violation of the Posse Comitatus Act, which I'm going to call the PCA. And what's annoying about this is she's actually lying here. This is not true. It is not a violation of the PCA. Now, if Trump were to activate the National Guard, the Army, the Marines, the Navy, or anything, and say, you know what, we're going to we're actually going to set you up as the 54th precinct of New York or the state police of California, that could be a violation. And it probably would be. But that's not what's being done here. So there are 3 reasons that federal military, the U.S. military, or National Guardsmen, and National Guardsmen become federal military when activated by the president, when they're federalized. So there are 3 reasons why they're able to act as local police, basically. They are cases of domestic violence, protection of federal property, and enforcement of federal laws and court orders. Now, a lot of those, it's not used a lot because the military doesn't want to get embroiled in state law. They don't want to become the state police. That's not their job. They don't want to do that. The job of the National Guard is to protect the states. The job of the National Guard is to help aid during hurricanes and natural disasters, and when activated and deployed overseas to fight for their country and their nation and their state. That's their job. It's also to protect federal property in this case. And that's what Donald Trump has done here. Donald Trump has activated these 2,000 National Guardsmen in California, and their job is to protect the ICE facilities, the DHS facilities, the federal plazas, because they are being destroyed. Bricks are being thrown at these buildings. Property is being damaged. Houses, cars, people are being hurt. I saw a video of this drunk mother deciding to do donuts with her kids in the car because there was a crowd that was letting people do whatever the hell they wanted. Like, that's not okay. What's happening in LA is disgusting and terrible. And for this woman to sit here and act like the president, with due authority to him and the authority conveyed on him, both as the commander-in-chief and as the chief executive, is insane. This is the same woman that worked for a guy that used a drone to kill an American citizen. Like, I don't understand how you can think one is okay and one isn't. But let's get into the PCA. Let's talk about this thing. So the PCA basically says that the federal government cannot use their U.S. military as police. You can't have a secret police. Okay, that's basically what it is. And the reason is because during Reconstruction in the South, there were concerns that Northern forces, whatever force it was using the northern soldiers that were stationed in the South to interfere with elections, to interfere with voters, to do a lot of really shady shit. And so they decided to pass this law to prevent basically the U.S. military from being able to act inside the states, as long as there wasn't like an actual war going on. And it's why they said they had to be activated by Congress. Well, a couple years later, a decade later, in 1981, Congress amended the PCA, and said, well, if you have certain executive authority, you can do stuff. And that's part of what happened here. That's part of what we're seeing here. And let's not forget that this wasn't a problem for the Democrats or people on the left or liberals or whatever cancerous group you want to belong to. This wasn't a problem when the Pentagon activated 15,000 National Guardsmen from around the country to come protect the inauguration of Joe Biden in 2021, apologies. This wasn't a problem for Miss Joycelyn when, without the authority of the governors, their troops were activated for no reason. When fences were put up, when guardsmen were sent to D.C. to police and protect the most secure election ever. So, like, there must be a difference here. But the problem is I can't seem to understand what it could be that there would be a difference about. And what I would appreciate, since I can't do it, I really appreciate y'all letting me know what you think the difference is. Comment below. Why is it that they were okay with guardsmen possibly violating the PCA in 2021, but they're not okay with it today? I don't know. It confuses me. Everyone, I'll be back tomorrow. We got a whole lot of videos about this shit coming out. Stand by, and I'll see y'all next time.